Around 7 p.m., the rain begins just as Ren reaches the end of the lane. Not the gentle rain she had been hoping for, a proper monsoon rain, the kind that turns the road silver within minutes and makes every rooftop sound alive. She stops beneath the awning of a closed shop and looks at the remaining distance to home. Only 3 minutes, perhaps four. The sky is already dark, though evening has barely arrived. Water runs along the edge of the road in narrow streams. Cars pass slowly, their tires sending little waves toward the curbs. Somewhere nearby, a kettle whistles from an open kitchen window. Ren pulls her jacket closer around her shoulders and steps back into the rain. Her sandals touch the wet road. The umbrella above her shakes whenever the wind arrives. She has spent the whole day away from home. Now, all she wants is dry clothes, something warm to drink, and a quiet room. By the time the front gate appears through the rain, her sleeves are already damp. The house looks different in monsoon weather. The walls seem darker, the windows glow warmly from inside. A small plant near the entrance bend beneath the weight of the water. Ren unlocks the gate, then the door. For a moment, for a moment, the sounds of the outside world become distant. The rain continues beyond the walls. Inside, there is only one soft hum of the ceiling fan and the familiar smell of cooked rice. She leaves her umbrella near the entrance. Her wet sandals are placed beside it. A towel waits on the back of a chair. She changes into dry clothes, ties her hair loosely, and returns to the kitchen. 7:21 p.m. The rain has become heavier. Water strikes the balcony railing so steadily that it sounds almost like thousands of tiny fingers tapping on metal. Ren fills a small pan with milk. She adds tea leaves, a cinnamon stick, and a little honey. The stove clicks, a blue flame appears. Soon the kitchen begins to smell warm. Outside, thunder rolls somewhere beyond the houses, not close, just far enough to remind everyone that the monsoon sky is enormous. Ren stands beside the stove and watches the tea rise. She turns the flame down. For the first time that day, nobody is asking her to hurry. The tea pours into a cup. Steam curls upward. She carries it to the balcony. There is nowhere to sit except an old plastic chair, but that is enough. The neighborhood had disappeared behind curtains of rain. The street light creates a pale yellow circle on the road. A dog sits beneath a parked scooter. A few windows remain open behind one. A family is eating dinner. Behind another, someone is folding clothes. Ordinary lives continuing quietly while the rain falls over everyone. Ren takes a sip. The tea is hot, a little too hot. She waits. The electricity flickers. Once, twice. The ceiling fan slows for a second before beginning again. Ren looks toward the window. The lights in neighboring houses flicker too. Then everything returns to normal. She smiles. The monsoon has its own way of reminding people that it is in the charge. Dinner is simple: rice, a little vegetable soup left from lunch. Rain warms everything on the stove while rainwater continues pouring from the roof. The kitchen window remains open. Cool air enters. The smell of wet earth comes with it. That smell always takes us somewhere else, to childhood afternoons, school bags left by the door, uniforms drying beneath fans, the particular thrill of hearing rain on the first day of summer holidays. There had been a time when rain meant only one thing: stay home. Now it means traffic, delayed plans, wet clothes, and tomorrow's damp shoes. Still, somewhere beneath all of that, the old feeling remains. Rain means permission to slow down. The electricity goes out. This time, it stays out. The ceiling fan stops. The refrigerator becomes silent. The entire house seems suddenly larger. Ren lights a small oil lamp, then a candle. Their soft light spreads across the room. Outside, the rain becomes the loudest thing in the world. Ren carries her dinner to the sitting room. No television, no fan, no background noise, only rain. She eats slowly. The darkness outside the windows is almost complete. Occasionally, headlights pass along the street for a few seconds. The room brightens, then darkness again. She finishes dinner, washes the plate. Water swirls down the drain, then silence. She wipes the kitchen counter and checks the windows. One is slightly open. She closes it. The rain becomes muffled. For a moment, she simply stands there. It is strange how peaceful a house can feel when all its usual sounds disappear. Around 8:42 p.m., the power is still gone. Ren brings a thin mattress into the sitting room. She places two pillows near the window. A light blanket goes on top. Outside, someone calls to a neighbor. A gate closes. A scooter passes. Then the lane settles again. The rain remains. Ren opens an old notebook. She had planned to finish some work. Instead, she finds herself reading a list she wrote years ago. Small things, books she wanted to read, places she wanted to visit, things she wanted to learn. Some had happened, many had not. Though she smiles at the handwriting, the girl who wrote these words had been impatient with time. Instead, most days had simply become fuller, more responsibilities, more messages, more things to remember, and somehow fewer evenings spent doing absolutely nothing. Tonight, the rain has taken one of those evenings back. 9:17 p.m. The rain changes softer, then heavier, then soft again. Rain listens without trying to separate the sounds. Water falling from the roof, water hitting the balcony, water running along the road, dripping from leaves. Every surface seems to have its own voice. A distant train horn appears through the rain, long and low, then it disappears. Ren closes her notebook and lies down. The mattress is slightly too thin. The pillow is slightly too firm. The rain is steady. Her body is tired. Her thoughts are beginning to slow. Around 10 p.m., the electricity returns. The ceiling fans begins turning. The refrigerator hums back to life. Lights appear in neighboring houses. For a few minutes, the ordinary world returns. Ren switches on the small transistor radio, then thinks better of it and switches it off again. She sets it on the windowsill. The rain is more interesting. She walks to the balcony once more. She stays there for several minutes, then goes inside. Around 10:47 p.m., the house becomes quiet. Ren checks the doors. She closes the curtains, fills a glass of water. A few drops find their way through the balcony roof. There is something comforting about a sound that refuses to hurry. Ren closes her eyes, but sleep does not come immediately. Instead, small pieces of the day begin to surface. A face from the morning, an unfinished task, something she forgot to buy, a message she should have answered. The mind is strange at night. It brings back things that seemed unimportant during daylight. Tonight belongs to the rain. There is no need to solve anything tonight. Tomorrow will have enough room for tomorrow's problem. Around 11:45 p.m., the neighborhood is almost completely asleep. The rain has softened again. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks once, another answers, then silence. Ren pulls the blanket higher. The ceiling fan turns slowly above her. The sound is steady. She thinks, briefly, of everyone else sleeping beneath the same monsoon sky. Families in apartments, night shift workers waiting for morning, travelers listening to rain against bus windows, farmers watching water fill their fields. Different lives, different worries, the same rain falling over all of it. 12:30 a.m. Midnight passes without ceremony. No dramatic change. Ren is almost asleep. The rain becomes louder for a while, water striking the metal railing. Perhaps that was the secret. Children knew how to let tomorrow remain tomorrow. Adults were always carrying tomorrow into today. Ren closes her eyes again. Tonight, she lets tomorrow wait. 1:15 a.m. The rain is still falling, but now it sounds farther away. The house has settled. Wood expand contracts quietly. The refrigerator hums. The fan turns. Ren finally falls asleep. 3:40 a.m. The rain begins to weaken. It has been falling for hours. Now only scattered drops touch the roof. The street outside is almost silent. A few leaves move in the wind. Somewhere nearby, a bird makes a single sleepy sound. The clouds begin to thin. The city remains asleep. 5:47 a.m. The pale line of morning appears beyond the rooftops. The first milk delivery arrives in the lane. A bicycle bell rings softly. A gate opens. Someone sweeps water away from the doorsteps. A kettle begins to whistle in the nearby house. The neighborhood is waking. Ren opens her eyes. For several seconds, she doesn't move. Then she remembers the rain. The room is cool. The air smells different. She walks barefoot to the balcony. Puddles reflect the pale morning sky. The plants are heavy with water. A sparrow lands on the railing. Sometimes she thinks rest does not arrive because life becomes easier. Sometimes it arrives because, for a few hours, life becomes quiet enough to hear it. Ren turns toward the house. The day is waiting, but for the one last moment, she remains beside the balcony, listening to the final drops fall from the roof, and then almost nothing. Only morning, only birds, only the soft ordinary beginning of the another day after the rain.